That's like, let's just say, I'm gonna make a parable out of this here. We're in a car. America stands for the car that we all in. America, let's say America is a so-called America is a vehicle. We're in this vehicle. The person who's driving the American vehicle is the so-called white man, right? Now he controls the resources, right? So if he's driving his car, if he's driving the car and he got everybody in the car, nobody else have control of the steering wheel of America but him. So if he crashes America, so-called America, if he crashes that car, who is to blame? Because he the one driving, right? He is the one that's driving. So when people say, well, you can't blame the white man because you ain't no white man put no gun to your head. No, he may not be physically put no gun to your head or nothing like that, but he still, no matter, even if you still get up and you still can get on your feet, have a nice car, have wealth and all that, you right? But guess what? Who you still getting it from? You still getting it from him because he still owns it. He still owns it. You go out there and you put in the work, physical work, and he just give you resources and give you money and build you up and stuff, just like Bill Cosby, right? Look at Bill Cosby. All that Mr. Cosby built for himself, right? That whole big empire. Look what happened. They made him do 3 years in the penitentiary, then got him on what they call ankle to monitor child, what they call this here, house arrest, being in at a certain time. I might kind of have some of the information off. If I am, my bad. But from what I saw, they chopped his empire down. No matter how much he had, everybody knows that the so-called white man was the one that had the power and chopped him down. The so-called white man can do that because they have that power. Now, if you deny that, you are a damn fool if you deny that. And sitting up here, I wish y'all would quit saying that stupid, chaotic bullshit. Talking about, oh, you can't blame the so-called white man. Get the hell, if y'all don't get up out of here with them lies and that, they control the world, partner. They control the resources. I don't care what you say, what you do. The so-called white man control the goddamn resources. They control all of this. So come on, stop it with that line now. Well, you got to go get up and go get you a job. Just like this guy told his uncle. His uncle was raised up in the church and bought them the church. And he gonna sit up and tell his uncle, the white man ain't keeping you from this and that and the third, disagreeing with his uncle and all that kind of stuff. Man, you ought to be, man, I don't know why I see how in the world you can fix your mouth to even say that about your uncle when clearly your uncle's brothers was in prison all their whole life, was accused of some stupid bullshit that they did not do, and then they had control over that, and you gonna have your nerve to tell your uncle you wasn't a slave. Man, what the hell is you talking about? You ain't in reality, bro. Come on now, you gotta, you smarter than that now. I know you got to be smart. You couldn't have been that ignorant to tell your uncle some shit like that, bro. You couldn't have never been ignorant to tell your uncle some stuff like that. I don't think you really knew what you were saying. I think you must have, I don't know what it is or what kind of something. Somebody, look, let me ask you something. For you to tell your uncle that, did somebody put something in your drink? They must have did something, because I don't know what you was on that day telling your uncle that. I don't know what the hell was going on. No, I wouldn't know where in the world I could have fixed myself is to tell my uncle some bullshit like that, knowing my uncle been through some shit, knowing that man just, he got fired. He said he got fired on every job and stuff like that. He worked and this and that, and no matter how hard he was working, somebody came and fucked with him, even though he wasn't even making minimum wages, and then he lived in a single parent household. I think he's about 48, like that. You see what I'm saying? And because you feel like you somewhere else and you living it up and you making, I don't know, man. I don't know why you would tell your uncle some shit like that. Tell you the truth, man. I couldn't even allow shit, knowing that we living here in this white supremacist society and all that kind of stuff, and you fix your lips to tell your uncles, I don't know what you was on, homie. But you need to reinvest what you need to go somewhere and seriously think about what you was telling your uncle, man. You need to go somewhere and re do something ain't right, bro. Something is not right. This is no criticizing, man, but look, man, we to where, like, I'm sitting there still trying to fathom in my mind, or trying to process, where in the hell would he get that information from? Like, you know how you hear something and you can't, you be in a so state of a shock, you just froze, you be frozen, you sit there and you be like, you be staring for seconds before you can even respond, because you can't really believe what the fuck you hear. Well, that's how I felt. That man was talking to his uncle like that. I'm like, man, what the hell is he telling his uncle some shit like that for? Like, what? Who you been talking to? That's what I'm asking that dude that told his uncle that. Who you been talking to, homie? I don't know who you been talking to, but you need to reinvent what you said, homie, because I don't know where your mind. I don't understand why you said that. Maybe you're gonna have to do some explaining, homie. And knowing your ass is living in it too. You just want to be in denial, but everything that you get, you telling your uncle all of that, you got to go to the same white man to get what you need. Now tell me I'm lying. You the one disrespected your uncle like that. You know what I'm saying? You disrespected your uncle. You can't beat nobody. Talking about all that stuff you said, I guarantee you couldn't beat him in no debate. You couldn't do it. You would lose. You would lose within a couple of seconds. I guarantee you within 23 seconds you'll lose, because you already know you on some bullshit talking to your uncle like that, man. Now I'm not respectful to you, man, but come on, bro. You know, we all look, man, I don't speak against my people. You know, I don't speak against my people. I don't. And I'm disappointed at you speaking against your own people, bro, when you do that. Don't do that, bro. Knowing we live in a society just like me. I'm standing up here inside this wall right now, right? Control none of this here. The so-called white men or whatever, they can walk up here right now and say, hey, somebody called in and said that you own some private property, and it's like they feel threatened, you're gonna have to move, this and that and the third. What you gonna do? Who control that? They do. You can actually, you feel like me when you walk out. If you don't feel targeted when you walk out here, then something. That's why I'm trying to fathom what would really make that dude tell his uncle some shit like that. That's what I'm trying to find. I'm trying to figure, like, and I just couldn't come up with nothing. I'm trying to understand what made that exit his mouth. I would love for him is that, like, I'd be like, say, homeboy, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm not trying to get in nobody's business. I'm not trying to get in your business. But man, look, what would make you, I need to understand, why would you make statements like that when you know if you get on this highway right here, right there, and you cut your ID up, cut it up, throw it in the trash, take your sticker, your license tag or your sticker off out of that damn car and get on the highway and say you free. Put a ticket on it and say, I don't need a license plate on the back of your car, and see what the fuck gonna happen. If you sitting up there telling me, that we are free, because people want to say the land of the free, right? Don't they want to say the land of the free? Don't they want to sit up and talk about the land of the free, talking about free of America? Get your ass out here and drive your damn car and see how free you gonna be. That so-called white man gonna let your ass know how free you is. That's why I don't understand what type of time you on, homie. I don't know what made you tell your uncle that. I need you to explain that to me. I mean, I know it ain't none of my business. I'm just saying. I know it ain't none of my business, but I would like to really like hit a collab with you and find out what made you say what you said about the person wasn't a slave when Christianity. He was in the Adventist church and he bought you. He did the best he knew how to do. He never owned a car, none of that. He worked on job, but he always got in altercations. He staged himself, but people still fucked with him on the job. And he just went in on them because they was fucking with him. So, and this happened. And then he still live in a single parent household to this day. And knowing most of it, that more than likely the so-called African American man, the so-called black man live in a single parent household all over the world. And then he got brothers that he never really sat down and had a collab with. They've been in the man. Look, bro, your uncle been through all that, man. Your uncle was also accused of some shit that he didn't do and served over 13 goddamn years in prison. Man, please, I don't know what you on, bro. I would love to. You had to been playing. You had to been joking or something. You had to been seriously joking to tell your uncle that. I want to hear from you, bro. I really do. I want to hear from you. And I ain't got nothing to do with it, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that you all are my brother. You all are my brothers. And, you know, we brothers and we, you know what I'm saying? We go through the same struggle and stuff like that. And I'm not here to put my brothers or sisters down or nothing like that, because I know at the end of the day, we still living in so-called white Jewish authority, this so-called white man, white supremacist authority. So I would love to know why and what made you actually say what you said. You see what I'm saying? Because that shit like bothered the shit out of me. I ain't gonna even lie. Like, why would he tell his uncle some shit like that? Like, knowing you went through the same struggle too. You was raised up in the struggle, bro. You can't deny that. It's like you trying to deny your heritage and deny your struggle, but you want to keep it shoved under the rug. You can't do that, homie. Come on now. Come on, man. Come on, homeboy. Don't do that to your uncle, man. I don't want to hear you tell you doing your uncle like that. You need to support him, man. Support it. So we need to support each other, bro. That's all I'm telling you. We don't have, bro. Don't sit up here and deny it and try to act like I'm not telling the truth. Don't do that. Don't sit up here and act like I'm not telling the truth. Yeah, don't do that. Don't sit up here and try to act like I'm not telling the truth. Because you know I'm telling the truth. All right? You know I'm telling the truth. Yeah. That was somebody from the Adventist church. They knew I was in that truck right over there. But man, I don't know if somebody hemmed them in and told them. Now, I used to be part of the Adventist church too, just like his uncle did. Just like his uncle did. Just like his uncle. I used to be part of it too. And that's why I can relate to his uncle. You see what I'm saying? I can relate to his uncle. And I noticed that they looked over here and they know who they see, and they know who I am. You see what I'm saying? They know. Because we always brought up in the Adventist church together. But I'm thinking, if I'm not mistaken, I don't want to assume, I believe somebody told them that I was, well, you know, Brother Ray is not an Adventist no more. You know, he done got caught up into the Hebrew stuff and you know, just all over the damn place, man. Yeah, I don't, you know what I'm saying, following the so-called white man's religion and all that kind of, that I done dropped from that. People, it's like people look at you just straight weird, man. All right, people look at you straight weird. They do. People look at you straight weird, and you can kind of pick the vibe, and you can pretty much pick the vibe and the attention up. You know what I mean? People ain't got to actually like talk to you or whatever. They can actually just, you know, people just give off that vibe, man. Like it's crazy out here, man. It's crazy. Yeah, yeah, man, it is. So that's what I wanted to say. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna talk about it some more. I'm trying not to be, when it comes to my, I'm trying not to be, when I'm addressing these things, I'm trying to be, to my people, I'm just trying to be more, trying to be respectful and coming across. You know what I'm saying? Now I know people gonna, because I said all this here, they're gonna come out and say I'm racist. Yeah, that's what they're gonna say. But I'm not controlling them. I'm only talking about what we're going through as a so-called black, Hispanic, so-called people of color. That's all I'm doing. I'm not doing anything wrong. You know? I'm not threatening to nobody. I'm not doing none of that stuff, bro. Yeah. So y'all let me know. Give me y'all comments in the comment section. Um, I think I'm gonna make a separate video of what I want to talk about. There's a brother came in mind, but I'll probably do that like in the next video. So I'm gonna see y'all later here. We'll talk later.